Hey world, how you guys doing on this evening? Happy March to you guys. Hopefully this video finds you in great spirits, in great health, and dominating everything that you touch. For my returning viewers, we certainly appreciate the continued support. We ask that you continue to like, comment, share, hit that notifications bell. For those that are new to the channel, we certainly welcome you in. You guys are in for a treat. On this channel, we love to invoke thought, promote higher levels of understanding, elevate and motivate so that you can go out and dominate everything it is in this world that you touch and be the true kings and queens that you were put down here on earth to be. So without further ado, guys, I'm on fire for this topic. I want to jump right into it. So as always, come on in, kick your feet up, and let's get loose. So guys, what I wanted to talk about to you on today is 3 essential elements for those of you that are out here in long-term relationships, living with females, practically married, or for those that are in marriages right now. 3 essential elements that you guys have to be providing each other in order for those relationships to be successful. But before I do that, I want to lay some foundation and talk about this term, unevenly yoked. Because this is where a lot of us make mistakes before we even get to the 3 elements. So I want to lay a backdrop on that first and then go into those 3 elements. Because the fact that a lot of us are unevenly yoked is the first problem that we encounter before the 3 elements that we must be giving each other in order to be successful. So the first time that I was introduced to the term unevenly yoked was via the Bible. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at 2 Corinthians 6 and 14 and see what the Bible has to say about being unevenly yoked. So for those that have visited the channel before, you know that I have unplugged and released myself from the ideal of religion a while ago. You know, I don't believe in their concepts. I believe them to be outdated. I believe that the Bible is outdated. I believe that it doesn't fit in today's times. Everything else has changed except the Bible. The way we view things, the way we listen to things, everything has changed. Even from the 1980s till now, you can look at your life and notice hundreds and thousands of changes that have taken place, but this Bible still stands true. But that's a subject for something else, and I don't want you to jump on that soapbox just because I'm on it. But I'm so much freer in my decision making that I would never return to a religious organization, church, or things of that nature. But you can handle things the way that you want to. I'm not promoting that everybody, all of my viewers, just leave church. But I do suggest that you do research on your own and not take just one person's word for how things go and how things went. I suggest that you pick that thing up, that Bible up, and you read it, and you always do your own research and educate yourself. So in doing some research, I stumbled across a definition of being unevenly yoked that I think fits into what it is that we go through as men and women in modern day terms. And it breaks it down a little bit simpler, and it's like this. So what is a yoke? When I first heard this term, the first thing that popped into my mind was egg yolks. And being ignorant, not in a negative way, I just took it as for what it was. It's egg yolks. But a yoke is a wooden structure that holds 2 oxen together. So when we're looking at this term unevenly yoked, let's just say, for example, that one oxen is stronger than the other oxen. What's going to happen in that yoke? You're unevenly yoked because one oxen has to work a lot harder than the other oxen. So if they have a goal for the day, if they're plowing out the lot out there, and they have a goal to get a certain amount of acreage done in that day, they're probably going to fall short because one oxen is operating at a level that's not even with the other oxen. So they're counterproductive with each other. They're not working on the same level. So I wanted to lay that backdrop because that's what's happening in relationships today. The world has us thinking that the man has to be nothing short but of a butt kisser and kiss a woman's butt in order for a relationship to work, even if she's the weaker oxen in this scenario. So she's the weaker oxen, and you're supposed to kiss her behind and do all of the things that she wants you to do and become a beta male and become weaker. And I just don't subscribe to that. So let's remember that illustration of what it means to be unevenly yoked. And now we'll go into the 3 components that we must be giving each other in relationships in order for that relationship to be successful. All right, number 1, guys, is we must be providing for each other financially. Number 1. So if the Bible says that we should be evenly yoked, then that male and that female should be coming to the table both financially whole. If one is broken financially, you cannot achieve optimal success. You can achieve success, but the success that you want, that 100% success, and nothing's 100%, but that optimal success is what we're talking about now. Because I know I got some of you guys out there saying, well, I make the most money. My wife doesn't make as much as I do. My girlfriend doesn't make as much as I do. And we get along just fine. That's okay. There are exceptions to the rules, but that's not the norm. That's not the norm. If it were the norm, then the divorce rates in this country wouldn't be as high as they are. Relationships wouldn't be breaking up like the plague. People would have some staying power, but they don't because of these 3. Financial being number 1. So let's go back to our illustration. So say that the man is coming into the relationship. He's the breadwinner and his wife or his girlfriend isn't making as much as he makes. So he has to work harder already in that sense because he has to provide for the household, which he should. I'm not saying that he shouldn't, ladies. A man should provide financially for the household. I have no problems or any issues with that. However, what I do have a problem with is what I'm going to be talking about coming up next. So in that example of the 2 oxen, the man is the stronger and the female is the weaker, and she's causing stress already on the relationship because he has to compensate for the work that she isn't doing, and therefore they're counterproductive. All right? This is what's happening in a lot of relationships. And like I said, you can survive with this because most men that are about their purpose, on their purpose, don't really care about the financial end. We'll accept the fact that we have to be on top of our games as far as providing for our families. We'll take that. So we don't have problems with that. But what I'm getting ready to discuss next, the meat and potatoes of this thing, is the problem. I wanted to point that out because he still has to work harder. Even though he accepts his role as a man to be the provider, he's still working harder, right? So let's get into the next piece of this. Number 2, guys, is mentally. And this is where a lot of women drop the ball. Mentally. How are you making that man feel? All right? He's already having to do most of the work. Not to mention if he's an African-American male that's going out and making a living and doing all that he needs to do for his family, the hurdles that he has to jump. The fact that he has to be 2 times and 3 times and 4 times better than his counterpart to even be looked at in the same arena as them. That's a whole nother video for another time. But he's already dealing with that. And then he has to deal with the fact that you guys are not evenly yoked financially, which he doesn't mind. And now, how are you making him feel mentally? Are you making him feel like he can go out there and run through a brick wall if he wanted to? Are you making him feel like he is the king of his castle? Are you making him feel like, man, today I'm going to go out here and I'm going to be great. I'm finna make a moment. I'm finna do, I can fly if I wanted to. Are you making him feel like that? Because if you guys are unevenly yoked financially, then you have to overcompensate for the fact that you're not where he is financially. You have to overcompensate that. Now let's talk about that for a minute. If you lost your sight, do you know that your hearing or your smell, one of your other senses is going to kick in and overcompensate for the fact that you no longer can see, that you've lost one of your senses? The brain goes in and knows automatically, okay, I don't have to deal with the fact that of sight anymore. I don't have to deal with one of these senses. So now I'm going to concentrate on the other four. Did you know that this happens in the brain automatically? Did you know that if you lost one of your legs, the other leg is going to get stronger to overcompensate for the fact that you don't have two anymore? Did you know that? So what makes you think that if you guys are unevenly yoked financially, what makes you think that you shouldn't have to overcompensate now on the mental end to make sure that this guy knows that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread? Are you doing that? For the most of you, you're not. You're making him feel like shit. When he leaves out in the morning, he's got another problem to deal with because you want to bitch, moan, and complain about what it is that you don't have. My old pastor used to say, you're running around talking about you starving with a loaf of bread under your arms. You're going out, you're not financially where he is, so what are you doing during the day? You're going out, you're getting your nails done. You're going out, you're going clothes shopping. You're going out, you're getting your hair done. And then you're mad at him when he comes on in the evening that he doesn't notice the fact that you went out and got your hair done and got your nails done. When he has so many other things to worry about to try to provide for you and the family to keep you buying purses and all of these other things. He's got so much other stuff that he's got to worry about. And then when he comes home, he got to worry about you and your attitude and your BS. You're not overcompensating. You're not doing what the body does naturally when it's missing one of its senses. So now you're missing 2/3 of the pie. What type of relationship can survive when you're missing 2 out of the 3 components? What type of relationship can survive, ladies? But this is exactly what you do. You come in, you don't overcompensate. You feel like the man's job is now to provide for you financially, to be a provider, to be a protector, and to now make you mentally strong. To now put you in a situation to where you feel good about yourself, when you should be coming in already feeling good about the fact that you have a king. I'm not talking about a man that's around here and ain't living up to his promises, leading you down the dark alleys, leading you into situations where he's putting you in harm's way, leading you into situations where you guys, where the lights are off. I'm not talking about that dude. I'm talking about the real man that's out here providing. Why are you not overcompensating if you guys are on different levels financially? Which that is in most cases. Again, there are exceptions to the rules where the woman makes more money. But I'm telling you that experience is the best teacher. And I've experienced this personally on several occasions, that woman will sit there now and want you to provide for her mentally now, on top of the fact that you're providing for her financially. So what is she bringing to the table? Fellas, if you're going through that, and you haven't recognized exactly what's all going into what you're going through, now you got the information and you know. And you need to step out of that relationship, because 2/3 that's missing is never going to work. She's not going to change, okay? Chances are that she's already showed you red flags already in the beginning that you ignored. Multiple red flags. And you just said, oh, well, she's going to change. No, she's not. She's not going to change. You need to get out of that situation as fast as you can and be happy that you dodged that. Be happy that you found out whenever it is that you did. 5 years, 10 years, be happy that you found out and you were able to escape thanks to this video. So now, guys, we're going to get into number 3, and it goes hand in hand with number 2. Number 3, guys, you guys should be providing for each other physically. Now, like I said, number 2, mental and physical kind of go hand in hand. Because if a woman is providing for a man mentally, the physical part is going to slide right up in there. And by the way, women, that's your job, to provide for this man mentally. That's your job. That's the most important out of the 3 for a woman, is to provide for this man mentally. I'm not talking about a male. I'm talking about a man. If you have a man on your team, it is your job to provide for him mentally. But the problem is, you guys are not in a position to provide for him mentally because you don't have what it takes to mentally serve yourself. So while you're in a relationship, because of the stability that it serves you, you'd rather be served stably. You'd rather be served stably than to say, hey, listen, I don't have what it takes mentally to make you feel like that, because I don't even feel that way about myself. I got low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen how to treat a strong male. That's how most of y'all are running around here. And men, we're not blameless, because we see these types of things going on and we invite these women in and we think that they're going to change, and they're not going to change. They can't serve you mentally because they can't serve themselves mentally. Period, point blank. Stop trying to fit square pegs in circle holes. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Get off of that. Get away from that. Run away from it. Run, because you're going to be in trouble as long as you stay there, because she's not going to leave you. You're her protection. You're her covering. You're providing you're providing everything for her financially. Evenly yoked, guys. Evenly yoked. But physically, you're supposed to be providing for each other. So that's sexual. And then that's as far as no one wants to be alone. Nobody wants to live alone. We wasn't put here on this earth to be alone. So physical takes care of you not being alone, and you're being provided for sexually. But I'm going to give you a hint here, ladies. If you're not providing for that man mentally, he's going to look at you and see you differently as far as sexual ways go. A man can go out in the street and connect with somebody sexually if that's all that he wanted. Why is he in a relationship with you? Why is he in a relationship with you? Then you wonder why he's stepping out cheating on you. Because you're not providing for him mentally. That's the greatest component. All of this other stupid stuff that they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, man, y'all better cut that out. I don't know who you listening to. Other women. Y'all listening to other women with that bullshit. The way to a man's heart is to provide for him mentally. A man will take just about any other thing that you have to offer if you're making him feel the greatest in this world. If you're making him feel higher than high. If he leaves his home every day and says, I know my woman loves me. I know she loves me by the way that she treats me. By the way that she holds me up, by the way that she has my back, by the way that she speaks about me in public, in private, behind my back. The way that she speaks about me speaks volumes. If you're not doing that, he is not going to be into you physically. Unless he's just one of these type of guys that's saying, well, I'll take just about anything as long as this woman is in my life. And that's not a man, that's a male. That's a male. And you'll run into those. You'll run into those, but a man is not going to allow for you to not provide for him mentally and stick around because he doesn't have to. So guys, if you're in this type of situation, again, I urge you to not just listen to me because I'm the messenger. I'm not the message. I'm just spitting this thing out to you. It may hurt, it may cut deep, but at least you learned something. At least you know something. At least you have some answers now. And again, you're responsible for what you know now. If you're in it, get out of it. You'll never be happy unless you do and start to look for the signs that a woman wants to provide for you mentally. And then she's bringing something to the table financially. Doesn't have to match you. It could be a little less. I'm not telling you guys that you have to go out and find a woman that's making exactly what you make. But she needs to be up there. All right? She needs to be educated. She needs to be able to hold a nice conversation. All right? She needs to be able to critically think. She needs to have emotional intelligence, so that you guys can sit down and have conversations that go beyond love and hip hop and all of this other ratchet shit that's out here. She has to be able to do that. So I want you guys to think about this. I want you guys to do some research. Do it on your own. But I want you guys, most of all, to be educated about what it is that's happening to you. So I know you guys found some value in this information. Go out, spread the word, forward this video to someone that may be able to use it. Because all I want to do, guys, is educate. Again, I just want to motivate and elevate so that you guys can go out and dominate. Domination is the key. And you cannot dominate with some nagging woman that does not support you mentally. You can't do it. She's going to hold you back. She's going to keep you in a space of low frequency. And you need somebody that's as equally frequent as you, sort of vibing on that frequency there, or is up here that can bring you up, just like an eagle does when it senses a storm. It goes above it. Your woman needs to have the ability to go above it and pull you up at least sometimes. At least half of the time, she needs to be able to contribute that. And if she can't, then you need to get her out of your life, because you'll never be the king that you need to be with a messed up queen. Let's think about chess for a minute, excuse me. What's the main purpose of the queen on the chessboard? Protect the king. The king is the most important piece, but the queen can move any way that she wants to. Why is that? Because she must go all out to protect the king. But this world got everything so mixed up and turned over and flipped on its ear that now the scenario is we must kiss butt. No, since the beginning of time, that's what the queen's job is. Ladies, get on your job. Stop filling these courts up with failed relationship after failed relationship because you guys don't want to do your job. You just want to get, and don't want to leave. You don't want to do nothing. You're just lazy. And men, start holding these women accountable. Stop letting them get away with this stuff. As soon as you see it, hey man, get her out of there to teach her a lesson and put something on her mind, maybe. To let her know that this is unacceptable. So guys, I'm passionate, I'm emotional about all of the subjects that I speak on because again, you know what I mean? I'm talking to myself as well. So I'm going to be doing another video here real soon about how to snatch your balls back. You know, I know some of you guys, females, got your balls in her purse. You know, you beta males, blue pill males, and I'm going to be having a video on how to snatch them back. So until we get back up with each other for the next video, it's your boy Top Dog. I'm out. Peace.